What? So I'm not really big in the Discord shit besides our own. So like I don't really like get into that whole community and other people's communities. I pulled up to, welcome to the show, guys. We had an eventful weekend. We've had some TikTok beef going on. Somebody got hurt, their feelings hurt off of a video that we posted and responded, and we're at war. I guess it's actually amazing to see. Some of my videos got taken down because of it, and Hellfire's telling me that was because of his little minions. Is that correct?
Yep.
So what happened with that?
So I was in the server essentially trying to defend the fact that you extended the invite. He needs to come onto the show and defend himself, defend his takes, and like have an actual debate. His response was that he didn't want to come on here for clout, and he was having people in his server report videos from all over, whether it be Gridiron or even yours yourself, since apparently you were a victim.
So I find that funny. I find that funny because he did a TikTok live, and I caught some of it on the TikTok live, claiming us to report our videos
That was
down
so funny.
and trying to shit on us for doing it. But now you're sitting here telling me that it was his minions that took our videos down. And I find it funny. You're in our Discord server. Did anybody say anything about taking anything down?
No.
And this is
that
everybody.
Cloudy?
Yeah, it is.
Yo! Cloudy.
What's up with all these damn Patriots fans, dog?
Wait.
For real, bro. What are you in here for, bro?
Get
out of here.
A framed picture of Tom Brady, 5-5, GOAT.
Yo, let's talk about Tom Brady. Let's wait on this little Maxine. Let's wait on this Maxine. I do want to talk. I want to talk about the GOAT. I want to talk about the GOAT fucking Tom Brady right now, bro. Undefeated. Right. Salute to you, Matt Collins. Archie, get your ass up here. I'm gonna send a link soon today. Get your ass up here. I want you. Listen, Tom Brady, the GOAT, undefeated ever since getting divorced, bro. Stop playing with my man's name.
Stop playing with the man. Stop playing with the man's
name, bro.
Stop playing with him,
bro. I seen
winter's coming. Winter is coming, man. This is when Tom Brady comes out. That's when he comes out to play. It's winter time.
100%. 100%. How did
what
you
I will
guys
say
feel
is never go out for a route again, Tom Brady. Please stop.
Do not ever do that again. You are not. You are not Daniel Jones.
We saw it in the Super Bowl.
We saw it in 52. We saw how it ended.
We saw him drop the pass.
You are not Tom Brady. You are not Daniel Jones. I am sorry. You are not.
Yeah, bro. Like,
you're not Daniel Jones.
Get your ass back in the pocket. Read the defense and deliver the ball, bro. That's what you do. Like.
Why can't? Yeah, that shit was nasty.
He just literally fell down, bro. That's crazy.
First of all, why is the least athletic dude in the NFL going up against one of the most athletic dudes in the NFL? Tariq Woolen is like a freak of nature, bro.
Literally, that was so stupid.
Why did Fournette throw the football? He saw that he was covered by.
He lost me 2 fantasy points because of that, bro.
Because
it was a pick. He lost me.
I mean, that was the play that was running. I guess he didn't know who else to fucking throw it to. He's like, who else am I gonna
take off and scramble?
I'm sure it ran fine in practice. So
bro, that's
with no defense there. It was a perfect pass every time.
Exactly. In practice, it ran perfect every time.
But let's not. Why are we talking about the negative with Tom Brady? Like,
because Dub, you know that was mad funny.
Because that was so funny.
It wasn't even like
you gotta address the funny stuff.
You know what I am? I'm more surprised that they actually ran the play than Tom Brady fumbling that football and just getting like completely mossed by Woodland.
Oh yeah.
That's what's funnier about it is that Fournette actually threw the football. Like he knew he was covered and he was just like, fuck it.
That's why he's not a quarterback.
Give him some slack. He did slip.
Bro. No, but think about it. Leonard Fournette.
He tripped over himself, bro.
No, Leonard Fournette, dead ass. His thought process was, fuck it. Brady's down there somewhere.
Listen. I do not want to hear the apologies later. I do not want to hear y'all apologists here. I have been riding with this Tom Brady all year long, and when he started starts going on his run, I do not want to hear all this. Oh, now he's top 5.
I need to apologize. I need to apologize.
Uh-oh.
I need to apologize. I did write the Bucks off. I said this was too bad, and ever since I wrote them off, they won their last 2 games. So I need to come back. I have to come back to reality that the NFC South is the worst division.
I was about to say, yeah,
in that Tampa's making the playoffs regardless. Yep. Like they're making they could go 9-8, bro. They're making the playoffs.
Yeah, nobody else in that division is competent at all.
And they're gonna host the playoff game. They're gonna host the playoff game.
The Falcons
could compete. It's like how the NFC East used to be.
I mean, it would probably if they get the 4 seed and then it's Dallas. Do they choke?
Dallas? I don't think Dallas.
I don't think Dallas is a shoo-in to win that game.
I don't think Dallas can go to Tampa and win a playoff game.
No,
they can, but will they? It's like with Dallas. It's like everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
The thing
we saw that against Rodgers last week.
100%. The thing with Dallas that gets me upset is like when they face these high caliber guys, they are always losing. Like I remember a time where and they lost to Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs and shit like that when I thought they had a good chance of beating him. They just lost to Aaron Rodgers last night and they
can't beat Aaron Rodgers.
They should have beaten him.
They have never been able to.
I don't think he's ever lost to the Cowboys.
The last time
Aaron Rodgers
Dallas beat the last time Dallas beat him was 2016.
I thought they lost that game too.
What's
Justin,
good
with
you,
brother?
Justin.
What's good, y'all? How y'all living?
Good. What's up with you? How you doing?
Hey, I'm living large, you know what I'm saying? Fighting off these comment warriors. Fighting off these haters and just proving everybody wrong now. But I'm excited to be here just watching this Monday game. Commanders doing their thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing really good. They're playing really good.
Offensive play calling for the Commanders has been fantastic for this game.
Taylor Heineke's played well.
They ran like a couple plays right in this game where it's just like wow, like that's like it's just good play design. I really am like sad that 4th and 1 didn't work because that 4th and 1 would have probably if that worked, every other team in the NFL would probably pick it up and put it in their playbook.
Oh yeah, that direct snap, right? Yeah, that was nice.
The direct snap to what was it, Curtis Samuel?
Yeah, that was nice.
And not just that, you're cutting out Heineke as like the middleman there, so it just like. You're getting it to one of your fastest guys and trying to get him into open space, and it just works. And I want to see that play ran again.
Who's calling plays for them?
Probably not this game, but over
Scott Turner.
Scott Turner.
Yep.
This is a masterclass by him.
Yeah, he needs to know what he needs to pick up.
They also might score again. No, they also might score again. They're at the Eagles.
They're gonna try to kick a field goal right before the half.
Yeah, no. If they literally need 5 yards.
The Eagles fan. What you thought about this first half?
I don't want to talk about this shit.
Wait till it's over. Then we'll see.
Wait till this is over.
Wait till it's over.
I'm not talking about this until the game's over. They are playing well. I got to give your hats off to them, but
it's always those divisional games, bro. The divisional games.
If they're about to kick a field goal, it's a very long field goal. They're at the 40, so it's going to be a 57-yard field goal. Mm-hmm. So what? It's like if they hit the 57-yarder and they're up 20-14 at the half, they're looking pretty good.
They're throwing us completely off guard. They're doing things that they usually don't, bro. Yeah. The Eagles look very discombobulated and surprised with what they're doing. So I'm hoping after this first half, they're going to make a lot of adjustments to try to catch on to what they're doing.
Down.
Hey, there was
here's the question. What do we think of the Eagles if they lose this game to the Commanders? Because I think
they're still the best team in the NFC.
I still think they're
the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, they're still the best.
But it's closer than you think it is. Vikings are up there.
Hey, yo, did you guys see the play at the goal? Did y'all see the play at the goal line where Jason Kelce was kind of limping off? Mm-hmm. I kind of think that might be a reason they haven't been running the football.
Have they been out running football?
Yeah, I think because
that offense's bread and butter is run through Jalen Hurts. Like designed runs and RPOs and like reads. Like that offense, they need to run the football.
They literally have 2 carries right now. Miles Sanders has 1 carry. Boston Scott has 1 right now. So
and then there was a design QB run with
Sirianni's going back to his last year. That's what he was doing last year, bro. He needs to run the football.
They're gonna have to beat the Commanders by doing this anyways, because they're gonna lock down the run either way.
Hey, Dub, you want to talk about your favorite team, the Buffalo Bills?
Oh wait, hold up, man. We're gonna get to all of those topics.
Let's talk
There's a
about
lot
Gabe
to get into.
Davis.
I like Justin. Nah, not Gabe Davis. I like Justin came in with some heat. Me and Justin, well, we've been through in the burner this last weekend, bro.
You don't
To say
say,
the
huh?
least.
But
To say the
listen,
least.
listen. This is the thing about me and Justin, bro, and this is a little story I just like to express for everybody to remind everybody what our platform is really about. Our platform is really about think of barbershop talk. You with your guys having a good time, shitting on each other, debating with one another, really getting on each other. I know a lot of the times people talk is we do clickbait. No, everything we do, we 100% believe and feel as if, and we try our best to support it. And that's the beauty of the show. When you go to the barbershop, you hear one of the craziest talks and the craziest things that you hear. But a lot of times you could come to an understanding what these guys are talking about. And that's the beauty of the show. And that's why we do this. Well, all these guys on this panel right now, we personally invited them on the show. Ace Boogie through Open Gym. Nick is a guy who came on with smoke on his hands trying to come at us. He got invited on the show, and now he's one of the main catalysts of the show. Lucas, Hellfire, Cloudy, all Discord members, all guys who have smoke with us, comes on the show, brings the heat. We have a good time with that. Justin himself made a stitch about Brandon Ayuk and word for word said, my dumbass opinion. That was his exact words. I did not get mad. I did not get in my feelings. I said, bet. Let's get on the show. Let's debate this. We sorted out a time schedule for us to do it. Came on the show, debated it, and we've had a great relationship ever since. And that's the beauty of the show. We don't chase clout. We don't need to chase clout. We have a main account with over 200,000 followers. We have a secondary account with 50,000 followers. We have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Praise.
We don't need clout. We want people. We love controversy. We love arguing. If you disagree with us, let's do this. Let's have this mano y mano. Because if you're not about that, bro, I need to question your manhood. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's so easy to talk behind a camera with nobody to rebuttal, with nobody to interrupt. And it's very easy to get insults off. And we don't have to get personal. None of us really got personal, bro. I'm just saying. That's the beauty of the show, though. So please. And
this seems pretty personal, dog.
Hold on, wait. I'm not finished yet. Because now I have an announcement to make. Since there's a lot of TikTok keyboard warriors, TikTok camera warriors, I'm going to make it my personal duty in the next few weeks. I'm going to join in the madness. I'm going to join in the keyboard warriors. I'm going to constantly check the stitches, and I'm going to look to bring small TikTok. Hold up. Yeah. Small TikTokers, big TikTokers, guys who just loves comments on the sections. I'm going to try my best to get as much people on the show in the next coming weeks. So stay tuned. Dub is going to be in those comment sections battling with you guys, and we're going to try our best to have you guys on the show. And if you're not willing to defend your takes live, I need to question your manhood, bro. You got to get some balls, bro, and pull up.
I don't know. Dub
talking that heat right now.
Facts,
talking
bro.
that heat.
Hey, Dub was spitting. I had a problem.
Dub was spitting.
Like what, in the summer? I came up in here talking.
What was your problem? What was it originally of?
He was going at Bama. I remember
I
he
was going at Bama, and I went at Dub because Dub was saying that Peyton Manning was a 10 and Tom Brady was
a 8.
When it comes to like dissecting defenses and shit, I'm like, yo, okay.
I remember that.
Yeah. And
Justin,
I'm on the show. Like,
Justin, what you got to say, Justin?
Man, there was I'm glad I came on this show, man. And when I did, and that's one thing, I think we realized about each other soon, Dub, and I'm sure I'll realize about the rest of you guys on this show is, you don't duck no smoke. If you're in a real conversation and you have a take, stand on that shit. Mm-hmm. There's no reason if you can go on a video and say it and provide it for whatever audience you have, whether it's 10 people, 100 people, or a million people. Be able to stand on that shit. Don't just throw some shit on there and hope it sticks so you can get some views, right? And so when I talked with Dub, talked about Brandon Ayuk, I had a way I felt about Brandon Ayuk coming into this season. I mean, I was right, but I went and talked with Dub about it. I went and came at Dub, and he was like, "Hey, come to the show." We talked about it. It was a take. He had his side that he still stood on even after that show. I had my take that I stood on even still after that show. And now here we are still debating on other topics. It's football. It's fantasy, bro. Like at the end of the day, we're going to have different opinions, man. But I'm going to tell you what, you inviting all these people to this TikTok and in this show right here, it ain't going to happen because your TikTok audience is soft as fuck. They soft. All the people in the comments getting mad about me calling Damian Pierce a tryhard. Well, guess what? Have you ever called Keenan Allen soft? Have you ever said Saquon Barkley was injury prone? Have you ever said LeBron was overrated? All professionals in a craft that you were down talking? Yeah, you in the comments right there. You down talking them, but guess what? I say Damian Pierce is a tryhard, and this is the end of the world. This is posted to Twitter and complain about it. This is posted to TikTok and complain about it. Hell nah. Own your take. And guess what? Y'all say the same dumbass shit. So don't come on the show crying, oh my God, Dub said somebody's soft. Oh, they a bust. Nah. We talking sports at the end of the day. We know they professionals. You're on your couch. I'm making content so you can watch me on your phone. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing else. God damn, bro. That shit
Justin. Yo, I got a question.
Somebody pissed him off.
Yeah, have that thumb, Dub.
I got a question about the Damian.
Go ahead.
Pierce.
Go ahead, rock with it.
No, I do too.
Like you know how you said he was a tryhard, right? Do you consider like a Marshawn Lynch a tryhard then?
No, I don't. And so the reason why we're talking about fantasy football, right? So initially, that's how this whole conversation started.
That's the misunderstanding.
Dub goes. Hold on. Dub goes like this. Hey, Justin, let's talk some fantasy. What are your thoughts on fantasy for the year? So I start going in. You guys can rewind the tape. And Dub asked me this question straight up. And so we go on, we talk about it for a second. And then I forget old boy's name in the corner. He was like, well, what do you think about Kenneth Walker? And it wasn't like, oh, we switched topics to real football. I'm over here. He's asking me, what do I feel about Kenneth Walker? I'm like, oh, I'm going to trade him at the highest value. To me, he's more of a talent than Damian Pierce is. When you talk about natural talent, combine, there's a reason that Kenneth Walker was taken early in the draft. There's a reason why Damian Pierce is a day 3 pick. So when we're talking about talent, natural talent, and it comes to fantasy, Damian Pierce has to work harder for his yardage. He tries and puts more effort into getting production. That's an RB2 trying to be an RB1. He's not. So when we talk about try hard, it's not a disrespect to what he does in his craft. I understand these are professionals across all levels. The worst bench player is better than anybody that's in these comments, anybody that's on these shows that ever comes up. So it's not a respect factor for the game, for their profession, for their craft. What it is, it's a topic about fantasy football, and I dissected it. At the end of the day, Damian Pierce is a tryhard in fantasy.
And he proved it again this week, too. Did it again this week.
Same thing. So we talking about it, right? What do you have? 94 yards, 2 catches for 20. Amazing day for football purposes and a fumble if we're going to talk about him fighting for that extra yard extra hard. But 12 points in fantasy, that don't do shit for your fantasy team. So if you're going to ask me a question about fantasy, I'm not going to be like, oh, I think he's a good running back. Like, I'm going to give you my real ass take, and my real ass take is that he's trying to be an RB1 and he's not. Like, it's not necessarily a diss to his craft. It's just an analysis on his potential. If that makes sense, and it probably was phrased in a weird way for most people to understand.
I have a question with that, because you said in this that you believe that because Kenneth Walker was an earlier round pick, that he is basically an RB1, and that because Damian Pierce was drafted lower, that he can't be an RB1. I don't agree with that logic in the fact that we've had guys later drafted succeed.
I did not say that at all. What did I say? What are the 2 words? What are the 2 words? What are the 2 words that I said? He has to what?
Work hard for his yards.
Try harder. That's exactly my point. It's volume based. So when Kenneth Walker, if I give Kenneth Walker 25 touches, that motherfucker might have 250. Like, there's a difference between Kenneth Walker and there's a difference between Damian Pierce. So you give Damian Pierce 25 touches, he might struggle to get 100 some games depending on the defense. We've seen him pop for 139. That's fine. He's not going to get a whole lot of catches with the rock. And on the Texans team, he's not going to get a whole lot of touchdowns. So he's going to have to work extra hard, especially this season. He's going to have to work extra hard to try to be an RB1. It ain't going to happen. So that's the evaluation. Whereas Kenneth Walker's on a team that's going to run the football, that does have a decent line right now. It's blocking for him. And he has the ability to make splash plays, right? Damian Walker's not a splash guy with 4.6 speed.
And that zone running scheme for Kenneth Walker really does benefit him.
Bro, like
for sure.
That's the main thing, dog. Like, it's not
that system perfectly.
Yeah. So when people ask me about the try hard, I think people got mad about the word try hard.
I think people got mad because I don't think people knew you were talking about fantasy football purposes.
Yeah, I blame that on one person.
Real life.
Yeah,
I blame that on one person.
Left, right?
That's really Doug's fault for the way he edited the video.
He edited them TikToks.
Made me look like shit, bro. Hey, it was all on my Twitter, quote tweeting the shit out of it, bro. I got like 1,000 quote tweets on that video. Somebody posted it, bro.
Hey, it's happened to all of us, bro.
Let me to the grave, dog.
It's happened to all of us, bro.
But you know what?
That was the only problem I had with it. I didn't know we were talking about fantasy football.
Bro, it's
I agree
cool.
with you. Yeah,
but
I agree with you what you're saying though.
For fantasy purposes, yeah. But if we're just talking as a player, Dameon Pierce is a great player.
When I say I know the game, I can come on this platform and talk with you guys about the game, about fantasy, about betting, whatever it is. But I'm also not going to take shit personally. They're trying to flame me online, challenge my credibility. But guess what I did in the same day? I sat there and posted a Christian Watson take for their asses and it hit. And I proved to them like, hey, I know this shit. I just posted them the Commanders plus 11 today. And guess what? That thing's going to hit too. So it's like you guys can challenge the one take I have and try to nitpick. But a lot of people have seen my face on this app, that TikTok app, and want me to go down because I predict a lot of shit right because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
That 11-point margin, I think, is crazy. That's wild to me. I didn't think it would be 11.
Yeah, that should have been easy.
There's a few people.
11 is basically 2 fours. Like
there's a few people I really like listen to when it comes to this, football shit on TikTok. And I even expressed this to Justin himself. I'm like, yo, I love y'all content, bro. I think you guys provide amazing information, amazing insight in the game. And it's also multiple revenues of fantasy, real football, betting as well. So that's why I'm really a big fan of your guys' work because like you said, you guys are on your shit for a lot. There's mishaps every now and then, but that's everybody. That is everybody, literally.
Everyone can be wrong. You can be wrong.
Well, if you follow me, like if you follow any of these pages because you think our takes are 100% right, you should just unfollow. Like there ain't no person on any app, any space. There's no coach. There's no player that knows everything 100% or has a take that's 100% right. Jason Tatum said there were some players that were trying hard in the bubble, but we ain't getting mad about that, right? We said, there's some players who are outperforming what they're supposed to be doing. He didn't say the word try hard, but that's what he was insinuating. Are we going to get mad at that? It's like your favorite players might have some of the same takes as these other guys. I'm just saying it's not necessarily like where you have to go and bash somebody because they have a little different take or they miss. We all talking at the end of the day. We talking heads. This is what we do. We supposed to entertain y'all, man.
Yeah. And even with even like the guys who do know football, they get shit wrong all the time. If there was a perfect evaluation system for football, there would be no busts.
Yeah.
Exactly. GMs, GMs get number 1 picks wrong. Like they get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and they miss.
Yeah, they get picks wrong all the time.
Belichick can't draft a receiver.
All the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
So we did lead off with Tom Brady. We did talk about that a lot, but there is one thing I did want to touch on about the Tampa Bay and Seattle game. It's the emergence of Rachaad White. Now, in the past 2 games, he's been along the same snap count of Leonard Fournette, and last game he had 100 yards. And looked amazing. I got to give it to him. He looked really good. Are you guys worried about Rachaad White maybe taking some of Leonard Fournette's snaps? What do you guys think is going on with that?
I think
he should be doing that.
I think he's going to take it because Leonard Fournette's injured, right? Didn't he get banged up?
Yes, but
he got a hit.
Be back by the bye week.
Oh, they got a bye week this week?
I've said this before with Rachaad White. I think Rachaad White, he needs to be more involved in the offense. Like I said that weeks ago, because Rachaad White, what he does, he brings something different to the table than Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette isn't a very side-to-side guy. He's an east-west guy. When you look at Rachaad White, he's more of an east-west guy. And a lot of times, those guys with like Tom Brady, like a James White, a Deion Lewis, those guys, Kevin Falk, if we want to go far back, like those guys work. And I think when you have a guy like him, you should be giving him the rock. You should try and be able to get him open in space. I think a lot of the runs that a lot of the actual schemes they run in Tampa would actually work better with a guy that can go east-west a little more. I think a lot of it is because they don't do as much. At least I'm not looking at the snap count, but when I watch Tampa, it's not like they're running much power. It's not like they're running much counter. You're not getting Fournette downhill. You're basically giving him the rock and expecting him to find a hole, like Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh. And he just can't because that offensive line isn't good enough. When you have a guy like Vaughn, you have that ability to just give him the rock and he can find space.
I think a lot of people forgot about that. There's a reason why this team drafted Rachaad White in the 3rd round. There's a reason why this team was one of the worst teams at running the football last season before they lost Ali Marpet and Alex Kappa. There's a reason why this team is going for a Super Bowl run in Tom Brady's last year and decided, hey, we need to get him some more hands and some more weapons on offense. This wasn't meant for Leonard Fournette to be a bell cow. They had Ronald Jones last year, and he couldn't get anything done. So it was forced for Leonard Fournette to do that. And I don't think Leonard Fournette at this stage of his career, in his mid-20s, is trying to be a feature back anymore. He already got the bag. So
I don't think he should be. He shouldn't be a feature back anymore.
He shouldn't, right? And so Rachaad White, I think, was meant to come in to get some of the passing work. But he also talked about, hey, I don't know if y'all remember this, but Rachaad White said, I think I'm a starter. Even coming into camp.
He should be.
I think he got the juice, man.
Especially with Fournette, these nagging on and off injuries he's been having as well,
For
too.
sure.
Yeah, he's been dealing with that his entire career. So
yeah, exactly.
Anybody else has anything to say about that?
Nah, I really think Cloudy hit the nail on the head, bro.
Yep.
I think he hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Great analysis.
Cool. There was an amazing game that happened. Probably one of the best games.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. The Buffalo Bills versus Minnesota Vikings, bro. One of the craziest 2 minutes I've seen in the 4th quarter, bro. A lot of highlight plays. One of those plays was the Justin Jefferson catch.
Oh my God.
Catch. But you want to know what? Oh my God, y'all gonna call me a hater, bro. That's not the catch of the year for me. I'm serious. That's just not.
You think Pickens is better?
Come on,
You think the Pickens one is better?
No.
Which one?
That Deontay Johnson catch on the sideline, one hand with the dude on him. On top of that, he toe touched. To me, that shit was way better than what Stephon Diggs did. I'm sorry, bro.
I disagree.
No, Justin
Jefferson's
Jefferson.
or Diggs?
Well, what makes that
Wait, you talking about
catch
Diggs
so
or Jefferson? They
amazing?
both have
talking about both of them.
I was about to say,
Both of them.
Because I'm not
Justice
just
had
One
one
hand
game.
contested,
The game was
falling backwards, contested.
You guys are-
Doug. Justin Jefferson one-handed mossed, ripped the ball out of dude's hand on
Literally.
It was an interception. He took it away.
4th and 18.
I know what he
They don't
did,
get that,
and it was
they lose.
I get you. Wait. Let's not do that because that was what Deontay Johnson's catch was coming at I think the end of the 4th quarter, put in a position to tie the game. I think.
I think his had more impact than Deontay Johnson's.
No,
sure.
bro,
Yeah,
get up out of here. No,
Yes, it did.
Y'all caught up in it.
Was it not on 4th down? That was on 4th down.
4th and 18.
That was 4th down.
We need that boo. We need OG with the boo here.
Nah. You telling me? You tell me Deontay Johnson, right? The dude one-handed grab with the defender on his back. On top of that, toe touch to keep in bounds. To me, there was a different degree of difficulty in that catch than Justin Jefferson's, bro.
I don't think Deontay Johnson
when
had
you
the
go
best
with the
catch on
type
his
of
team.
when you try to go to the magnitude too of that game against the Bills and what these teams were playing for, like that was on 4th and 18 for the win, 4th quarter on the last drive. Like Jefferson went crazy, bro. Like to take that away from not just an interception, it was on 4th down, but then took it away from the defender, brought it in one-handed. Like it wasn't even he didn't even use the second hand to corral it. That's the crazy part to me.
It was David Tyree level shit.
That's one of the greatest performances from a wide receiver I've ever seen. That was some
How
crazy shit.
old are you though, bro?
17.
Yeah, that's why. That's why, bro.
No, I saw some stat where it was like there's like a 0.3 chance for him to make some of those catches.
That's
the first time. It's the first time that's ever happened.
So,
maybe in that analytics era, but there's been we not talking like that, bro.
let me ask y'all this though. What do y'all think is more difficult? A guy over here making a tremendous catch like that and lost to him because it was difficult and amazing in his own right. I'm not trying to shit on that, but I think Deontay Johnson and his catch needs a lot more respect because to me, I think that's a little bit more difficult. A one-handed catch with a guy on your back. On top of that, understanding that you're on the out near the sideline and toe touching that, like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man.
I think both catches are two different things. Because Dub, what you're saying is right, but for Justin Jefferson to have the strength to rip the ball out of the dude's hand, because he had two hands on it, and then Justin Jefferson just ripped it out with one.
But what about the recognition with Deontay though?
You talking
Also,
about
wait a
Jefferson
minute.
was also going.
I agree with you. The
I
recognition.
just looked at
Jeff was going backward and to the ground, no dog. Like he was going to the ground,
It was
and he
crazy.
still brought it in.
It was crazy, bro. Justin Jefferson.
There ain't no way you said Deontay Johnson catching better than that. Ain't
But
no
to
way.
be fair,
Hey.
to be fair,
That might not even be the best Steeler catch of the year.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm saying.
No, bro, y'all
Pickens
got
was better.
Pickens
it
was 90 degrees.
No, it was not, bro. We're not
180,
doing
whatever
it.
it is.
We're not.
Yeah. 180, yeah, 180.
No, bro, y'all don't. Y'all,
180, yeah,
son,
180, my
no.
bad,
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the toe touching for me. That's what it is,
Man,
really.
the
The
toes,
one-handed
bruh.
grab. What you
You're
mean?
overrated
You
the
know
toe
how
touch.
difficult it is.
What's harder, standing up on your toes or falling to the ground on your back? Have you tried to make a catch going to the ground on your back? You haven't,
Nah,
Dub. I know
dude,
this.
nah,
I know
nah.
this. I know you have not tried that, Dub. I know this. You tried the toe tap, but you ain't tried going on your back,
But
bruh.
Justin, catching a ball one-handed would do on your back and then trying to toe touch. That's fucking insane. You don't think so?
I think it's insane, but give me
is.
Jefferson. Give me Jefferson's catch. Like it ain't even
Nah,
close.
fuck the Jefferson. You talking about George Pickens now? What are we doing?
Pickens was
Yo,
180,
that-
bro.
nah.
180. That's
Since
wild.
Jeff doesn't agree with anyone else. What catch is better, Jefferson or Pickens? To everybody else, this is a question for everybody. What catch is better, Justin Jefferson or George?
I like
Pickens?
Jefferson.
I'm going Jefferson. I'm going
Probably
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jefferson.
But what other things besides the catch that you guys? What other takeaways you have to say about that Bills
Do we
game?
want to talk about?
We're winning the
Josh-
division. I'll say that.
Okay. We're
We're not getting to that because it's not true.
Here we go.
It's not true.
Go ahead, Ace Boogie. Go ahead, Ace Boogie. Go
I
ahead, Ace
appreciate
Boogie.
Minnesota
God.
for doing what they're doing. For doing that, Josh Allen fumbled that, choked the game away. So the expectations are too high for the Bills. And I said that before the season started. And that's
I
me
got
being
to
a
the phone
Patriots
call
fan, a
real
little
quick. I'll be back.
biased and whatnot. But hey, like I said, we're gonna take care of Miami this coming Sunday, and then we're gonna be on top of the division.
Okay, so
I don't agree. I don't know about that.
It's okay.
By the way, I think we play the Jets. We play the Jets.
Yeah. We played New
The
York.
Dolphins have a bye week.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a bye week.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are the best team in that division, and it's coaching. And as much
I
as
agree with that.
I think in that, and I
I
want to say
agree
this
with that.
before this gets all clipped up. This is with the Josh Allen injury. I do think that it's affecting him, and I do think he's going to have to run the ball a little bit more. But to me, with the coaching scheme, with the way Tua's playing the ball right now, and the way at this speed is affecting the game for the Dolphins, it's going to be tough for teams to stop this Dolphins team. After they were 2-0 or 3-0, whatever it was, I said, this team looks different. Mike McDaniel is the reason why this whole thing is moving. And he's one of the.
Give him
I hope
credit.
he gets his props
Give him
this year,
credit.
coach of the year type shit, because what he's doing with this Dolphins team, and then them going in and getting Bradley Chubb too to help with the defense.
Yeah, no, that was
this is going to
Jeff
be
Wilson as well.
Yeah,
Jeff Wilson played
Jeff
damn
Wilson,
good on Sunday.
bro, this is-
RB1 probably going forward.
He should be the way he ran the football.
Yo, Terry McLaurin
he
going
balling.
off.
Terry
Oh.
But
McGinnis.
like
Yo. Let's talk about that
They
game
might-
when it's over, man.
But if anybody can stop that,
He just dusted Slay.
anybody can put us.
They're in field goal range right now. They could
Just
go up
dusted
to 1,
Slay.
3, 14.
I like Bill Belichick to do it. That's all.
Damn. He just dusted Slay.
But
I
I
think that- wait, can I
don't
say what I
know
think
if I
about
could
Buffalo?
trust.
No, they're not.
Go ahead.
Do that twice. Do that.
Okay.
Who's gonna
I
win
think-
this game?
But what happens against Minnesota is downright unexcusable. You had the game won. All you had to do was not fumble the ball in the end zone, and you had the game won. I think, and they also were able to. The thing is, they were also in that game, and Josh Allen did lead that drive all the way till the end, and he was the one who threw the pick.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is that. Josh Allen's turnovers was the reason they lost that game. Against the Jets, I'm much more forgiving against the Jets, at least, just because it's a divisional game. Divisional games always have a habit of being incredibly weird. They can get incredibly strange. It can go down to like New England beating Buffalo last year, where it's like, or like what we're watching right now, where Washington is beating the Eagles. Divisional games are always weird, but when you but when we're talking about this Minnesota game, they had ample opportunity to win this game. And not just that, they were bailed out because Gabe Davis didn't catch that football.
And who didn't catch it? Wait, who didn't catch it?
No, it was. They said no. They called it a catch. It was later said that it wasn't a catch. So if Gabe Davis did not come down with that ball either. So they were given another opportunity in overtime. And it wasn't like the Vikings scored a touchdown and that was it. They went down the field. They got to the 15. Josh Allen threw the pick. Game, set, match. That's it.
Now
Cuddy is spitting right now.
He's Richard Sherman or something back when he did his little
Pat Pete got that. Shout out Pat Pete.
Pat Pete still doing it.
I was about to say, man.
Love the long
career resurgence. Love to see it.
Did Pat Pete say that if he ever got converted to safety, then he would retire? I think he said that.
I'm not.
He's like 34, bro.
Yeah, he's
he
old.
is. No, but I think that's a genuine.
Y'all chill with that old talk, y'all. Y'all chill with that 34 old talk, bro.
That's
Hey,
old.
You're old head.
That's old.
Justin, my
that,
closest friend is old heads, man. It is what it is, bro. I was at my boy house last night. He showed me the Drake CDs that he got back in the day, from the original mixtapes. The real mixtape with the CDs. I know you know about that.
I got a bunch of them. I have one right here. I got the Lloyd Banks. I just throw that shit away the other day. I still have the Lloyd Banks CD.
Lloyd Banks is heat.
Yo, Robinson about to get another touchdown.
I think like Justin said though,
third and goal.
That injury for Josh Allen is definitely
You think it's lingering?
Yeah, oh no.
But what makes you guys feel that? Like, what did y'all see that made you feel that way?
I really don't think it's affecting that much. He's been throwing ducks all season.
I don't think it's something that necessarily
like it was there.
He looked fine.
Do you think
the first 3 quarters.
Decision making is bad recently?
That's what it's been like for the past 4 weeks. He's had bad decision making, throwing ducks everywhere.
Because the last 3 weeks.
Y'all played through an injury before, right? You can still do a lot of the same things. It's just it affects you more so than it shows on the field than it shows on the court, whatever sport you're doing. It just shows. It doesn't show as much, but there's something up with him. He doesn't just go through pain and be like, "Oh, I'm good on Sunday." Like I'm throwing normal. Like he's still being affected by that, and he's still gonna know that in here mentally, whether it's a throw he needs to make, or he takes a little bit off, or it's one play, or it's 10 plays. Like it affects you.
Because Josh Allen's too good to have 6 picks in 3 weeks. He's just too
I agree.
No, listen.
Wait,
Nick,
and I also think that
that's just the decision making, though.
I'm not gonna lie, Nick. This is what I told you, and this was some of the reasons why I questioned Josh Allen a little bit from last season. There's a lot of inconsistencies with him sometimes. There's a lot of times where he looks like damn near the best quarterback in the league. Then there's other times where it's like he's not really on that same caliber. He makes some wrong decisions. That's something I seen with him last season, and now he cleaned up on it a lot. But now you're seeing some signs of it. You feel me?
I feel like it's too much Superman ball at times. Yep. Like they really asked Josh Allen to do everything for that team.
He is the offense.
He is the whole offense. He's the rushing game. He's the passing game. Like they need to help him out in the offseason. Get running backs. Get something.
They did. They tried.
They seem to start using Naheem Hines.
They're
not even using him.
They haven't even used him.
They're not using him.
Haven't even used him. I forgot they even traded for him.
Can we find out how many times he's thrown in the past 3 weeks? It feels like he's thrown
70, 80,
so many times. Yeah, like I just want to look that up because it feels like he's thrown maybe 40 plus passes like pretty much every game.
He threw 43 yesterday.
Yep.
43 yesterday.
34 versus the Jets.
So 70.
25 versus
and then 25 versus the Packers.
But he threw 40 against Kansas City, so maybe
he
that's
threw 60 something versus Miami.
Well, since the elbow injury, he's thrown over 70, probably or close to it. Because the elbow injury didn't happen. No, he's probably thrown at least over 50.
Did somebody say he needs more weapons as well, or he needs a running back?
Running game. They need a running game.
They need a running game.
They have no running game.
Yeah, Devin Singletary's not getting it done. And they need to use Naheem Hines more.
Josh Allen is literally the running game. And
oddly enough, Singletary got it done short yardage yesterday.
It sounds like a quarterback that I know that plays out in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all.
Give Lamar some weapons.
Hold on.
But that's different.
Hold on, fellas. Nick, what you got to say?
The quarterback in Baltimore has no receivers.
That's what I'm saying. He needs everything.
He needs everything.
He has the running game, though, Nick.
He has a tight end.
He definitely has a running game. They have the best running game.
Can I ask you guys? Can I ask you guys this? Can I ask you guys this? Do you guys think that it's still close between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, or do you think that Josh?
Yes.
Allen
I don't think
is emerged?
Yes.
I think it's close. I think it's close.
100% still close. Everybody's
like
still a prisoner of the
Lamar.
moment. Like everybody's
He's
still a
close.
prisoner of the
I
moment.
think-
I think Lamar Jackson's better than Josh.
What you got to say?
Maybe I'm like I have Josh Allen at 2, and then I have Lamar at 5. So I guess it's close.
That's
but-
probably about right. I think I probably have
Yeah.
at 6.
Justin, what did you mean
I
by
haven't made
that
my list,
prisoner?
though.
What did you mean by that prisoner of the moment?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I think it's easy to be like, Josh Allen is the best right now. He's got he had incredible coaching last year. They have incredible talent on that team. And when you surround great talent with incredible players, you get great results. And so the Bills are going to be a good football team because of that. When you don't have necessarily the same supporting cast around you, you won't have the same results. And the Ravens don't have a run game right now. Well, they don't have the running backs that they should have right now. They have no receivers at all right now. They traded away their best receiver last year. They had a high draft pick, Rashad Bateman, who's supposed to be able to come in there. He got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so, he got hurt. And so, you're relying on Duvernay. You're relying on Duvernay, relying on Demarcus Robinson, you're relying on Isaiah Likely right now. It don't even have the tight end. To me, you're not going to look good. So I think Lamar Jackson is one of the more underappreciated quarterbacks in the game. Everybody loves to call him a running back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm going to take Lamar, but I think even if he doesn't need a bona fide, he doesn't some of these 2 receivers on some teams. Just put them there in Baltimore, and I think it would be a lot.
That's the problem. No. Stop doing that to him, man. They did that to him. They do that to all the mobile quarterbacks. They give him the shittiest receivers, the number 2 options on every team. Get this guy a bona fide receiver like Philly did for Jalen Hurts, and look what happens. Get Lamar one of the best in the game and see what happens.
Go trade for DJ Moore, bro. The Panthers are a dumpster.
Why didn't they go trade for AJ Brown? Why didn't they go trade for Tyreek Hill? Go get Lamar, your future guy.
AJ Brown.
What you got, Hellfire?
They went for
point to this again. Greg Roman is the reason why they're not getting a bona fide number 1.
Yes.
He needs to go.
Yes,
that's facts.
Yep.
He needs to go. Regardless of how much of a fit it is for Lamar, look back at his collegiate tape. He's been able to run more than one scheme.
Yeah, his collegiate tape was 4-5 wide spread offense. Now they're running 2-3 tight ends, a fullback. Bro, this is why Hollywood Brown wanted to leave. It wasn't because of Lamar. It was because of the offense they run, bro.
That's facts.
Yeah.
And the offense that they run, it's predicated on their view of how they feel like Lamar fits their franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, again, why I always go back to, even though it's the scheme, it's the offensive coordinator, it's the way the team views it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not letting him develop as a passer.
Yeah.
No. And I mentioned that last year after the Colts game. How about you go on ahead and let him ride up this ascent and try to develop more as a passer, but instead it went right back downward.
I think
they're just trying to exploit his
as a passer,
the best thing he does.
I think as a passer,
not trying to develop him as a passer, just make him do the best thing that he's good at.
Compared to his rookie year, he's made so much improvement. It's not funny.
I think with the Ravens,
if he had a weapon, we would just see that he's a good he's a good passer.
He's good.
He has nobody to throw the ball to, so you can't show off just how good a passer.
You know what I do know for a fact? Mm-hmm. Is if Devontae Adams wouldn't have went to Derek Carr, he would have went to the Ravens, he would look a lot better. They would be fucking winning.
Why didn't they trade for Devontae Adams?
How come Derek Carr goes and gets the best receiver, quote unquote, the best receiver in football, and now they're horrible?
Well, you mentioned is Greg Roman. Is Greg Roman though? Is Greg Roman? He's right.
Coach.
I've got to point to this again. It's
McDaniels. Terrible, and he's still going to be there next year.
Why does he have a job right now?
Because he's doing a fantastic job while losing to Jeff Saturday.
He just lost to Jeff Saturday. He was literally Jeff Saturday was doing what we're doing, but on ESPN. And now he just went out and beat your ass. That's literally what happened.
He literally said on Twitter before he got fired.
Smith a week ago.
Before he got hired, he literally said the Raiders suck, and then went and beat them.
Yeah.
He said the Raiders suck.
Did you guys see that? Jeff Saturday tweeted out the Raiders suck, and then he got hired 2 days later, and then they went and beat the Raiders this week.
That's crazy.
That don't get you fired. What does?
That's wild.
He backed up that Twitter statement.
That's a
bro.
fireable offense right there.
Yo, nah, bro.
The Raiders suck.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. How Josh McDaniel, I don't understand how a team that underperforms so bad, how the head coach isn't gone yet. Like this was a team that a lot of people thought was a dark horse Super Bowl candidate. And
He said Rome isn't built in a day, end quote. That was how he ended his interview with the guy.
Josh McDaniels?
No,
Yep.
Al Davis. Or Davis,
Al
the
Davis.
owner. The owner
Wait, can I?
said,
I want to speak.
Rome
on that.
isn't built in a
I
day.
think this is again wearing this jersey. I think I have the right. He was with us for a long ass time.
Mhm.
With McDaniels, his actual the thing is that he designs good plays, but he like the play calling is always terrible. Like we treated him as this offensive genius in New England when Tom Brady was able to change the play every single time from behind the line of scrimmage and be able to just be like, yo, I want this play ran, I want this play ran.
And
After that, now you're running a more
quarterback
designed
was-
offense. You're running a more designed offense with Oakland, with Derek Carr, and he's
Vegas.
not picking the play at the line. And he's not doing that. He's following Josh McDaniels. And you're running rollouts on 4th and 6 with a go route to Devontae Adams to win the game. Like, that's going to win you the game. You're going to throw a 25-yard touchdown on 4th and 6 instead of just trying to go for the fourth down, like trying to go for the first down.
That's dead ass some Madden shit.
It's ridiculous.
I'm like, he's not expecting this. Let me do this real quick.
Hey, Deadass already knows you're doing it too. Like, oh.
Hey, I got a question about the Raiders. Like, where do you see them? Like, is it time to move on with Derek Carr, bro? It's been almost a decade.
When does this contract end?
Hey,
I don't know, but right now the
recently
Raiders
got extended. I think.
Am I
am I gonna piss everybody off if I say Derek Carr's a try hard too? If I go piss everybody off if I say that too?
Everyone in here
You
does
said
not.
You're not talking about fantasy right now, so yeah, you gonna piss a lot of.
Because-
No, maybe not, because a lot of people,
They'll agree with that
shitting
one.
on Derek Carr. Yeah,
I mean,
they
he
will.
tries really hard to walk himself into sacks. So
because like if you have right now the Raiders have a top 5 pick.
top 2,
Yeah.
top 2.
Oh, the Raiders have top 2. Shit.
Yeah, who I'm
Hey, if the Raiders
to
get a top 2
Jalen Carter.
You gonna drop Derek Carr?
Do you
Trade
get rid
him
of
or something.
Derek Carr and you get a new quarterback? You get CJ
No.
Stroud or Bryce Young?
No, I think what needs to be
Nah.
done is one of two things: bolster up one of your interiors, whether it be offensive line or defensive line. I have them getting Jalen Carter at number 2. As of right now, I don't know if that'll stick.
Mhm.
But one of those two sides of the football in the interior needs to be addressed because A, they can't rely on Max Crosby as the only pass rush, and B, they've only got, I think, 2 members of the offensive line that are playing up to par while the rest of it underperforms in pass protection. And they've got to figure out a way to have that balance.
Because people forget the Raiders brought in Chandler Jones and Devontae Adams. They were trying to win now.
Yeah,
Chandler-
that's
the
how the
Chandler
team's
Jones
set up.
move, that's
You can't
the
go
team-
and draft the quarterback.
They're quote unquote supposed to win now, and they're 2-7 or 2-8.
Yeah.
So obviously they're going to get a new coach, bro. So
Nah,
like,
I don't think they get a
But
new
that's
coach. I don't think they get a new. I don't think they get a new coach or quarterback. I think Derek Carr is there. I don't think Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams left Green Bay because he knew that the Packers were going to go in a different direction within his contract that he just signed. So if they go to Derek Carr, I feel like it'd be the same thing. You almost are losing Devontae Adams with that as well.
Yeah, it would be a complete rebuild.
But they're also missing some key components on offense. We talk about Darren Waller, who hasn't been able to stay on the field. Hunter Renfrow hasn't been able to stay on the field. This team just isn't the same team as they were early in the year as well. Josh Jacobs is on a contract year, so I'm assuming he's going to go. They might have to get a running back in there. Like, they're going to get an additional piece, but it won't be quarterback, and I don't think they're going to give Josh McDaniels that short a lease after that contract.
No, especially with how much Davis has commented just today alone on McDaniels. I don't see them giving him that short of a
His
They
job's
had to
good.
eat. They
His
just had
job's
to
good
eat
through next year.
that Mike Mayock and John Gruden experience. Like, they just had to eat all of that. So
Yep.
I don't
They're
think
not.
I don't
They're not
see
drafting a quarterback. I don't see it.
No,
They're set up in a win now mode, even though they're not very good.
I think that the guy that they labeled quote unquote offensive coordinator may actually need to go, and that was New England's former quarterback coach. Lombardi, I think was what his name was. That guy just may end up having to go because you can't be given a title if you're not actually calling your own plays.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm not gonna lie. You got Brandon Katz commenting saying that Carr is the problem. I'm not gonna hold you. I just can't really go on that route. I mean, Carr last year showed what he was really about. I mean, the team was he lost his best receiver. Everyone was going through hell, and he stuck it through with those guys. I'm not gonna say he's amazing.
I got something I want to branch off that too when you're done.
Got you.
Yeah, I just have a little bit of a point for just the Derek Carr experience.
Mm-hmm.
As a Derek Carr fan, as I once was.
Go ahead.
That's a tough time.
With Derek Carr, it feels like I'm always on like some level of like high with him. It's like last year he like takes his team to the playoffs, 2016. He looks like an MVP, and I'm like on the Carr train, all on board, and be like, yeah, let's go. It's like, you know, Carr's out here. He's the top 10 quarterback, and then like he just has years like this or 2017, and it's just like, yeah, fucking offense.
Touchdown.
Get me out of here.
What you guys think?
I hate
every
it.
single year that he is at McDaniels has been a coach or offensive coordinator outside of New England. He has not been able to develop an offense that is of high caliber, essentially like top 10.
And he didn't create. And he didn't do one. He didn't create an offense at the end with Tom Brady as well. Like, and then 2019, that offense was terrible.
And you know, with McDaniels as a play caller, we've actually only had 2 years.
What about when he was with the Broncos?
We did not have a quarterback that was.
The Broncos were bad.
The Broncos.
I'm talking about the offense. He said the offense. Brandon Lloyd had like a 1,500-yard season with him, 1,400-yard season, something like that with him. I want to say there was a year where they actually had a really good offense.
With Kyle Orton?
With Kyle Orton, I want to say Kyle Orton was a quarterback, and Brandon Lloyd had like 1,400 yards receiving.
I know that. And then I think they proceeded to lose pretty much every single one of their games after that.
But the offense was fine though. It wasn't even. I don't think it was the offense's problem. That was like back in 2008, 2007.
No, because he was.
No, I think it would have been because they drafted. Remember, they drafted Tebow.
It was when they drafted Tebow. It was Kyle Orton to Tebow. It was
2009.
2009.
Yeah.
Because that 2009.
What was the year of Lloyd? Was that 10 then? It was 2010. It was 2010 with Brandon Lloyd. Yeah. What do you have? What were his numbers?
14, 48, and 11 touchdowns.
Like an elephant in this motherfucker. I remember everything, dog.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question. You know, sticking with the Broncos, is Russell Wilson cooked? He done?
Yeah.
I don't think so, man.
I have never seen a quarterback throw a jump shot like he did on that third down or that fourth down play. He threw a jump shot.
Yeah, man.
Because what's like, bro?
Russell, I think the thing with Russ is like Russ is in a new city. He's in a new system. He's been in Seattle for what? How many years has he been in the league now?
His whole
like
career,
10?
man.
He's going from playing.
He was drafted in the third round in 2012.
Yeah. So yeah, 10 years now, and 9 in one city. I still think Russ is on the upper echelon of quarterbacks. I just think he's in he's in a new system.
Nathaniel Hackett's not helping out things.
I would get you if it was still week 4, but it's 10 weeks into the season. You should know the system by now.
No. I mean, not even just the system. It's just like sometimes it just takes longer.
Well, when he's being asked to essentially,
he's a 10-year vet.
It just looks bad. No, it just looks bad. When you watch Russell Wilson play, it just looks bad. It just looks bad. It looks so bad. It's unwatchable.
Yeah, because Russell Wilson, they've played 9 games? He's 7 touchdown passes.
Yeah, I'm
gonna tell you this though, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this, y'all.
It looks terrible. It looks terrible. The stats are terrible.
What about the fact that Teddy Bridgewater played better than Russell Wilson on the Broncos?
Yeah, it's not necessarily the fact that Russ is he looks terrible. There's been shit that he's dealt with injury wise. This offensive line is trash. There's no run game right now. The receivers have been injured off and on. The coaching is terrible. And then there's also an element that I think people don't think about when they're evaluating just NFL players in general. Russ just got the bag. He moved his entire family to Denver. Like, there's outside, the same thing with Tom Brady right now. He's not playing like Tom Brady. When you got outside shit as a guy with kids, a family, when you're dealing with outside shit, that does affect your job. And I think people tend to forget that. He's on a 5-year deal. I don't think Russ is worried about winning a Super Bowl. He just won it with that contract. Yep. But I think Russ is more worried about getting acclimated to the system, getting guys there. I don't think he spent this offseason worried about that. He spent this offseason getting the bag and taking his wife there to a new city.
Hey, so Justin, I got a question.
I mean, who wouldn't?
You think
Facts.
the Broncos?
I would.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Do you think the Broncos need to fire Hackett then?
Yeah, that's time. It's time, man. He's showing he's not fit for the job.
He should have been gone, in
And
my
he's shown
opinion.
he's not fit. You can't take your franchise guy and force him to change play styles just like that and expect for it to work. And then my other point I was wanting to make before we cut off to this, in McDaniels' tenure as offensive coordinator in New England, there was only 2 years where he didn't have a quarterback changing plays from the line of scrimmage. 2008 with Matt Castle and 2020 with Cam Newton. So that's really fool's gold. When you have when there's only 2 guys within a 20-plus year span of your coaching career who are not changing plays from the line of scrimmage, calling out protection reads and things of that nature, and looking at coverages, it makes people wonder what you're actually seeing from a front office standpoint and from a coaching standpoint, to where you want to go and say, "Let's call this guy." What are we doing?
I have a question.
But
I
McDaniels
got a
has
question.
always had job opportunities.
What's your question,
Head coaching
Lucas?
opportunities.
We always considered McDaniels a genius, and we put the label genius on him, and we ignored guys like the guy, Mike McDaniels with the Dolphins, and all we did for the past 5 years was talk about, McDaniels, he's going to be the successor to Bill Belichick. He's going to be the head coach of the Colts. He's going to do this. He's a great offensive mind. And then you give him the job, and that offense looks fucking terrible. That defense looks terrible, and it looks just bad.
And Mike McDaniel's looking like a genius.
Eric Bieniemy, where he at? Where Bieniemy at?
I think it's like the Saban thing too, though. Like, you look at all the coaches who coach with Belichick, and they go off on their own, and it's never any type of success. And it's just like Saban's coordinators and everything.
You know what's funny?
That was the question I'm going to ask.
Belichick guy.
Hold up, fellas.
Belichick.
Lucas, what was the question?
Yeah, Belichick guys don't work.
Yeah,
The
that's what I
most
was going to ask.
successful-
How
no,
many
the problem
guys?
is-
Hold up, Cloudy.
How
Lucas
many
had a
guys
question.
under Belichick, like the Belichick tree, have actually become successful on their own?
Charlie Weiss.
Has there been? I don't even think.
Collegiate. Brian Dable's looking that way as of right now, just off of his first year. Yeah. he's a
Wait,
Belichick
when
guy.
was he with Belichick?
He was like a quarterback coach or something like that a while ago.
Oh,
Like,
that's not.
You mean like coordinators?
I'm not really counting that.
Well, he
by
has against
technicality,
Flores.
he is in his resume.
I guess the most, and then you'd also have, Bill O'Brien, but
He actually
really.
is.
yeah, Bill. I guess we put
He
Bill O'Brien.
literally blew up. He literally blew up the.
Oh yeah,
Texans for no reason.
I was about to say, I wouldn't.
I think. No, can I say something?
Maybe the
NFL
worst trade of all
I
time.
think Bill O'Brien is technically the most successful under Belichick.
Hey, yo.
He is.
Hey.
Statistically,
Besides,
like wins and
besides
losses.
maybe if you count Flores. Flores as well.
I want to come on. Hey, real quick.
Flores
I'll let
is
y'all
a terrible-
continue
Hey,
the
guys,
convo.
Hold on.
I'll let y'all continue the convo. I appreciated my time on here. I had to come on and talk my shit. It's been nice to meet y'all, but I got to dip, y'all.
Nice to meet you too.
All
right,
right,
bro.
Justin.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Justin, have a
bro.
good one,
Keep
Justin.
pumping the content, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace. All right, fellas.
Oh, more of the
What's the
story
play?
is don't hire Patriots assistant coaches.
Especially not Joe
guys,
Judge.
you guys.
Joe Judge, Matt
Especially
Patricia.
not Joe Judge.
Hey,
Matt
hey,
Patricia?
yeah.
Yo, Tyron just threw a pick.
No, it's fine. The Eagles gonna win.
It's
The
still
Eagles gonna win.
23-21.
We're still gonna
That
come.
CJ Gardner
I'm telling you,
is that.
it's a
Yo,
Saban
that's
thing.
CJ
But hold up.
Gardner. That's CJ
But hold up,
Gardner.
fellas.
Johnson.
Hold up,
Picks.
fellas. Hold up, fellas. Hold up,
Hey,
fellas.
Dub,
Hold up,
Dub,
fellas.
that CJ Gardner Johnson trade will be the trade fleece of the year.
100%.
He leads the league
100%.
in picks now.
We're gonna get
Easily.
We're gonna get into another one of these games, man.
That was a bad throw.
I want to get into the Miami Dolphins game and how well they did against the Cleveland Browns. I want to know your guys' take on the Miami Dolphins. They're leading the division right now, 7-3. Is this really the best team in their division?
I'd say so.
I would say right now, as we speak, I believe the Dolphins are.
After what we just saw from the
It's the
Bills
best
and maybe
team.
Josh Allen's injury concern, I think so.
It's the
Yeah.
best schemed, and I went and I actually got into this with somebody from Twitter, a couple people actually. They are trying to say that we're essentially going into this with blinders when it comes to Tua, but the reality is that offense is schemed for him, and it's worked perfectly. Probably the second most efficient RPO offense in the league right now, behind Philadelphia coming into this week,
That's true.
And they're 8-0.
and Philadelphia this year
That could
is
be nine.
outdoing 2017's numbers. by, I want to say, at least 10% in the passing side of it. And then we've seen how the three backups did, in spite of Bridgewater throwing for 300 yards. They're not as accurate. They're not as quick with the decision making.
They're just not as good. They're just not as good.
No, and it's a one. And people just
Also
say,
with that though, they did play like 3 really good teams.
They
Again,
did.
I'm not gonna be here and overreact to Buffalo losing that game to the Vikings. I'm not gonna be.
sure.
I'm not gonna overreact. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, okay, yeah, no, it's definitely the Dolphins. Because the past 2 weeks, the Dolphins have looked.
But they're missing a lot of players, especially on the defensive side.
The Bills,
The
the
Dolphins?
Bills are so.
And
banged
Josh
up.
Allen could
Bills
like
are
have
banged
injury
up,
concern
bro.
too.
Yeah, no, the Bills defensive. This is where I think the difference is when you talk at like a team like Buffalo and Miami. When we're talking about Buffalo and when we talk about Miami, it's all offense. We talk about how great Tua's been. We talk about how great Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, the left tackle they traded for from the Saints. I'm blanking on his name for some reason.
Teron
Armstead.
Yo, he's been so
Armstead,
good.
yeah, and you also you also have Tyreek Hill, who's been killing it. So offensively, you are one of the best offensive teams in the league, but defensively, are you better than like Buffalo? You're not better than Buffalo.
Defensively, Miami at home and on the road are 2 different defenses. Like it's nice,
and that's a fact too.
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's a problem because the Dolphins.
And actually, we seen how that Miami defense looked against New England to begin the year when they were at home.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, I really think the Bengals are up there. I think they're one of the best teams in the AFC.
I can't see that right now, considering how Zach Taylor is. I didn't get to address that to you.
I don't like Zach Taylor either, yeah.
I'm not a real big
Zach
fan
Taylor's
of Zach
holding
Taylor.
that offense back, and I mentioned it earlier. If Joe Mixon does not continuously pick up from where he left off in Carolina, I might be starting we need to get rid of Joe Mixon train.
Well, I don't think he's not going to score 4 touchdowns every game. Or how many?
I'm
But
referencing-
I think he's going to be good. He's still going to be playing like the top 10 running back he is. I think he's had a slow start to the season. He's going to be fine. And plus, they're getting Jamar Chase back, who's obviously is going to make their offense so much better. And I think their defense is also elite.
They said 4 to 6 weeks. They said 4 to 6 weeks, and that happened how many weeks ago? 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago?
2. So we're looking at another 2 to 4.
I don't think it was 4 to 6 weeks.
It was.
I think they're looking at like 4 weeks.
They're aiming for 4 weeks, of course, but it's 4 to 6 weeks.
Who is this? My bad. Who is this?
The timeline.
They said he could come back after the bye.
Jamar Chase.
We're talking about the Bengals, and Lucas, I actually agree with you to an extent where I do think the Bengals are a nice little sleeper team that everybody forgets about.
Yeah.
I think the offensive line is their main issue, but their defense doesn't look
too.
bad.
But I also made this point though. How many like elite teams in the AFC have good offensive lines? I only thought of one.
Besides the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs.
There's
no one else. It's like I'm not hearing that argument because there's not a lot of teams in the AFC that have that good offensive line.
You think the AFC is up for grabs?
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely up for grabs.
It is.
The Chiefs aren't a lock. The Chiefs aren't like a lock to win the AFC either.
I just feel like
Kansas City and Buffalo.
Cincinnati's out of it.
Cincinnati's not out of it. They could definitely win that division.
The crazy thing is,
it might be the deepest it's ever been in the AFC.
So which teams are in contention to make it out the AFC is what I'm trying to ask.
the Super Bowl?
The
Yeah.
Bills,
Super Bowl or
Chiefs,
just making the playoffs?
Dolphins.
No,
Chiefs,
making
I'm
the
not-
Super Bowl.
Chiefs,
Chiefs, and Dolphins.
Dolphins, and I would say Bengals. I would say
Yeah.
those 4 right now.
If you were going to go 4, then I would say those 4.
I
Chiefs, Dolphins.
And we got to remember, this Bengals team was 1 play from winning the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Like,
because
1 second.
because the offensive
If
line
they would
didn't
have
give
blocked,
Burrow enough time to
they
make
would
a
have
read.
blocked Aaron Donald for 1 more second, even half a second.
Jamar Chase.
That ball was
was
going straight to Jamar Chase.
I
and that's a
still do
touchdown.
not understand why you go 5 wide on 4th and 1. At least give the illusion you're going to run the football.
This is still an elite Bengals team. We can't forget about that.
I'm not going to call
You know
them
the
elite.
crazy thing is,
I still like the Ravens to win that division, though.
You know what's the
Yeah,
crazy
I
thing is?
I don't like the
was
Ravens
gonna
because of
say,
the injury
I'm
concerns.
going to say I think
They don't have any
Second
weapons.
place, second place in that division might not make.
Yeah, but they're still running that division, though. Even with
I don't
the
think they are.
Second
I
place
think
in that
we'll-
division might not make the playoffs, though, guys.
Second place in that
That's what I'm
division
saying. I don't
won't.
think. I don't think.
Yeah, they probably won't because I think three teams in the AFC East are going to make it.
I don't know if 3 teams in the AFC East will make it.
I think so.
But I believe that.
I think
if that happens,
it's either going to be the Jets or the second team in the AFC North.
I think the
Jets are going to fold.
I'm more confident as a Dolphins fan. I am more confident in the Patriots than the Jets.
We'll be there.
Well, New
England. That's OD.
No. Why?
The Jets are nice.
What's today's date?
Zach Wilson at quarterback.
What's today's date?
Zach Wilson didn't play bad last week.
Right now,
I don't trust
him.
him.
I can't trust him.
I don't trust Mac Jones.
I trust Bill Belichick over Zach Wilson.
Wilson's in a worse spot.
I trust
Is Robert Saleh not a good coach?
No, Robert Saleh is a good coach.
He's good, but you're comparing.
I understand. A coach can't do everything for you. You got to put talent on the field.
I know, Lucas, exactly what you said. And
the Jets roster is better, and they have better defense too. Their offense is definitely better.
Hey, they play this week. The best is about
this season.
You know what? That's true. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, talk to me after this week. Talk to me next week.
Can I say this?
Talk to me next week.
Go ahead, Cloudy. Go ahead.
Hey, hold on. Let me get some off. Every time Zach Wilson plays Bill Belichick,
he's about to break that curse. He's gonna break the curse this week. Watch, he's gonna break the curse. He's breaking it.
Hold up, fellas. Cloudy. What you got to say, Cloudy?
Okay. Hold up, Nick. All New England really has to do is end up with the same record of them if they beat them next week. Then if they lose next week, it becomes divisional record. And the Jets are going to have that because I don't think New England's going to beat Buffalo twice. So this next game, I think, is going to be. This next game is really important because I think
we have not. No, we still got to play them twice.
We still got to play Buffalo twice.
Y'all gonna lose twice.
Buffalo, and I don't think New England's beating that. I don't think New England's beating Miami again. So that game next week, if New England wins,
I think
the Patriots.
No, it's going to be a close game, but New England usually does bad against Miami late in the season.
I don't know why.
It's a weird thing. No, it's weird.
I don't know what you're going to do with Jacoby Myers as your best wide receiver, your best player on offense, besides Ramondre Stevenson.
Jacoby Myers is good,
but he's a wide receiver one. He can't be your wide. I don't think at this point in time he's not a wide receiver one.
That's a nasty wide receiver one.
Yeah, he's not a wide receiver one.
I hear y'all point, but listen, I like Jacoby Myers a lot. I think he's really good.
I like him too, but he's not a wide receiver one.
I mean, Cup was a wide receiver.
If we're ranking what? Okay, Dub, nah, wait, Dub. We can't just say that.
I'm playing. Nah, but hold up, guys. I have an announcement to say. I did drop the StreamYard link in the chat to get some people on here. Like the video. We got 2 guys that joined the league. What's good with you guys? How's everything, fellas?
What's going on?
You guys have any controversial takes or any things you have to get off with anybody up here? Or you just here to kick it?
I had caught y'all when
Titans offense is the worst.
Don't overreact to the Bills. I was like, that's something you got to overreact to.
They're injured, bro. The Bills are injured.
Hold on. Still got Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
You got Stephon Diggs, right?
Yep.
You still one of the top defenses, right?
Yep.
Come on, you got to overreact to that.
The Vikings are a good team. They're a top team.
Let him finish his point.
You have to look at it. 4th and 18.
But I don't think
dude had the ball. He literally had the ball. 2 hands on it. And Justin Jefferson got 1 hand, all his strength, and pulled it back.
There's somebody's baby crying in the background.
That has to be on the Bills. Like, we got to look at the Bills like, damn, are y'all sure y'all ready to win a Super Bowl this year? Because what you're showing me is like the same shit. We putting the ball. Look, the conversation was last year when they played KC in overtime. Damn, if Josh Allen got the ball. Josh Allen, you got the ball twice. Against Miami, short pass, and against the Vikings, you do a critical interception.
True.
That conversation with Mahomes.
And then he fumbled. Yeah. That's true.
You say Mahomes and Josh Allen,
but he also is injured. He's playing injured.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna go off the belief
that.
Don't play.
Patrick Mahomes is on a different level than anyone. I don't care.
Yeah, Mahomes is in a tier of his own.
Josh Allen is great, but Patrick Mahomes is up here, bro.
There's going to be conversation in the future where people are going to say whoever the second best quarterback is, they're going to compare it to Mahomes, and they're never going to be better than Mahomes.
Yeah,
all right, they're never going to be.
When Allen was throwing that ball, was you like, damn, it don't even look like his elbow hurt, did it?
No.
He was throwing them deep passes. No, we can't use that. You play, You play. It don't matter. He knew the risk of playing, even though his elbow was kind of dinged up.
You got a point.
He did have. You made a great
I
point.
hate that
though.
argument.
Bro
Come
made a
on,
great
man.
point.
You play.
You made a great point. He got the ball back in overtime, chance to win the game, and he threw a pick in the end zone.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did ask you guys to clarify on what made y'all see that his arm looked so bad, because I'm not gonna lie, watching that game, I mean, he looked fine. He was airing
Like the
that bitch
beginning
out.
of the game,
But
it was
there's a
going
point where
short
like
passes.
you're injured, so you're not going to trust yourself to do different things. Like with Saquon last year, right? We knew Saquon was injured. You could tell by the way he was playing because he wasn't trusting himself to like make cuts and do certain things that he usually would do. I think Josh Allen suffered from the same thing where like he could more make this throw, but since he knows he's injured and that he cannot make that throw because he's injured.
But he was making.
I think
He
he's
was making a lot of throws.
But I'm saying there's certain throws that he can't make because of that injury.
But hold on.
Because of that heart. Because
Go ahead, young blood.
I know you played sports before. Like everyone here has played a sport before, right?
Mhm.
You get that mentality where you want to play, no matter if you're hurt or not. You want to play.
Well,
All right?
I mean,
But he
That's
don't need
and they're
to play
professional
anymore.
athletes.
Let me just say this.
well, I think with Josh Allen, I think that offense needs Josh Allen to win.
100%. Young blood, what you got to say?
Was it when Josh Allen threw that interception in overtime? Was it second? Second down.
It might have
fourth
been
down?
second down.
2 more opportunities to get the ball to a first down, and you decide to try to be a hero and throw a touchdown, tightly covered, and Patrick Peterson read it. So that's also his game decision. Like, you had 2 more downs to even try to get it to a first down. You trying to force it for a touchdown. It's always like take the safe bet. In the Bills, they need to get a running back. It is stressful.
Yeah, facts. I agree with that.
The only team that can get away with that is the Chiefs, and that because Mahomes is Mahomes. But Josh Allen, like, I think he needs that running back. So that's they should have went after McCaffrey when they had the chance. They missed out on that because that would have been a huge difference.
You're not gonna be able to succeed if you don't have like a constant running game.
I think the Bills in the offseason should do whatever they can to get Josh Jacobs. Because he's a free agent. Josh Jacobs is a free agent.
I like the move to get Von Miller, but that doesn't work. That doesn't help your run game. Like, you can't keep running your quarterback all the time.
Well, I like the move for Nyheim Hines. They just have to use him. If they use Nyheim Hines, they got one of the best
that wasn't a move that
pass catching backs in the league.
That wasn't a move that boosts their run defense. You need that run game.
Yeah, they need a guy who's gonna run the ball.
Yeah. They need. I think they got potential in James Cook in the future, but they're trying to contend right now. They're trying to contend right now, so you can't have a guy like James Cook who's going to be good in a few years to be your best running back probably next year.
Well, running backs usually come out. They can be amazing. Sometimes it does take development, but there's guys out of the gate.
I think James Cook needs that development.
There's guys who are better like when they're younger than when they're like in those first like maybe 3 years than when they're
that's
older.
true, especially for running backs. That's true.
And they're like what's supposed to be their prime,
like Zeke,
like 26, 27, 28. Yeah, like Zeke right now. Like he's not. Zeke in his rookie year was probably the best version of Zeke.
Yeah.
So
2016 and 2018 was the best version of Zeke.
I think that's
big time. You had to take. Oh, Claudia, you got something else to say?
Oh yeah, no. I just with Buffalo, the way they. I think I believe in Buffalo, as I say this in my Patriots attire, with Tom Brady on my wall. I don't believe Buffalo will lose like that, the way they lost to Minnesota. I don't think they're going to lose like that because they blew that game. And now the Miami Dolphins have that divisional record, and they have they have the tiebreaker. So now they have to like do everything in their power to just win their division. So they have to be New England. They're put in a situation where they have to be out just so they can get that 1 seed. Because again, they do have the tiebreaker over Kansas City, and if they can get into like that like next level gear, like we know Buffalo can, like they were last year offensively. Even in this game, Josh Allen didn't play well. They put up 30 points.
Their defense was also selling them as well. Mm-hmm. They were playing very well throughout the entire game.
With offensively, Buffalo still can do it. I don't think, again, they had that game against the Jets where they put up 17, but the Jets defense was incredible that game, and I think that game meant so much for the Jets in comparison to the Bills, and divisional games are always good like that.
Yeah, sometimes you just try hard against divisional opponents. You just try hard.
And then this game, it's basically like – because they were basically handed the win at the goal line, and then they handed the win back to the Vikings. And then the Vikings basically kicked a field goal and was like, yeah, you can also have this win. You want this win right here? Take it. Go down the field, score a touchdown. And then the Buffalo Bills went down the field and threw a pick. I don't think they'll lose like that constantly. They didn't do it against Kansas City, and I don't think they'll do it again.
So I have to agree with Youngblood. I do think that we can't just sit here and go with the scapegoat of, oh, he's not 100% healthy, because he really did. Like, I did not see any like flaws of him in that injury really having.
You didn't, and it was like,
but that's a mentality thing.
And he was throwing little check downs at first and doing that. But then when he started to get the feel of it, he was throwing that hoe.
He started throwing
it down the field. Like he was looking like Josh Allen.
Yeah, I can't just give him that. And you want to talk about mentality? Once you get in the rhythm, bro, you forget about that injury. I know that from experience. I had fluid in my knee when I was wrestling, bro, and I got in that moment. I forgot all about that. When that game was
adrenaline
over,
does cancel that out. Like,
then when I was done that match, my thing was bulking up because I was doing too much.
You got through it though. Yeah.
I got through it.
Well, I don't ever think Josh Allen found his rhythm, like especially in the second half. I don't think he ever found that.
Nah, in the game, bro, like it just clicks, bro. Regardless,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And you got to give it to the Vikings. Like, they came out second half totally different. And it's like, you got to give them their flowers. Like, they played a hell of a game to come back into that game and win. But
I don't know if a team asks more of their quarterback than what they're asking of Josh Allen. Josh Allen does everything. He's literally asked to do everything on that team.
But it's not like he's throwing the scrubs.
Like Lamar.
We're not going to do
Lamar,
that. It's not like he's throwing to nobodies.
Oh, yeah, Lamar's. Yeah, he's up there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we got a super chat from MC Robinson. Anyone see Juju get knockout, have a similar to a concussion-like moment with the Jaguar player doing
that Cisco dude?
I saw that.
He did that twice.
I want to hear from Big Time real quick, bro. Big Time, you want to chime in on that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man, prayers up to Juju. He took a mean little hit. I'm not gonna lie.
MVS as well.
That was tough.
Man,
that Cisco dude hit Juju and MVS. What are you doing?
Hit look clean.
I think this is Juju's second time getting knocked out for a concussion, because I think he got knocked out for one with the Steelers too, and that one was bad too.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God! You got him. Watkins, get up. Okay. He fumbled. Wait.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like this is why I feel bad for defenders, because when I go back and watch that play, it's really hard for me to say it was a dirty to play, you know, because it's like that's adrenaline. You in the moment and you're just going, you know. I mean,
you're trying to get the hit,
but he did it twice.
Eagles sold.
But he did it twice.
Man,
oh my God! What just happened?
Not only did he hit Juju in the head, he hit MVS in the head too.
We all see that?
Eagles just sold, bro.
We just fumbled the ball.
Oh my God, Watkins!
We fumbled the ball.
He caught it too.
It's 5 minutes left. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right.
Oh
It'll be all right.
my God!
I think we needed this. I think we needed a loss like this.
That was it. That was the touchdown to win it. That was
Game's
it.
not over. Don't lose faith.
Game's not over, but now it becomes much tougher. You still need a touchdown.
If we do, we needed a loss like this anyway. I was ready for us to lose, so everybody could calm down.
Y'all gonna keep losing. Y'all ain't beating the Giants
Honestly, it's a divisional game. Divisional games are always weird.
Which is why I'm telling you.
But can I go back? I want to talk
about that.
No,
y'all ain't beating the Giants. Y'all ain't beating us twice.
You just saw
Wow.
that.
Wow. Watkins just sold that. Oh my God.
Yo, just stay on the ground, bro. Like, don't get up, man.
Jalen Hurts threw a dot too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not watching.
Yeah, that was a dot. He just got up and fumbled.
This has been a great game.
This was
Taylor Heineke's gonna.
But listen, it's extremely difficult to go undefeated, bro. I mean, losing in the divisional game, you could understand things like this.
We needed this loss anyway. If we do, we need.
The game. I don't think they're gonna lose. The game's not over yet. I think they'll.
I think they're gonna lose.
I think honestly, y'all are underrating the Commanders. I feel like
going to continue.
They got a nice roster.
I think they can be in contention for that 7th spot. The Commanders.
Who?
The Commanders dead ass can make the playoffs, and that's so
literally.
sad. No, that's so.
Don't they have the same record as the Falcons?
Yeah, I think they do.
And they're both like one game away.
That's
Yeah, I
sad.
mean,
The NFC
what,
is so
that 7th
ass.
spot, it's like
If Heineke don't sell,
It is. It's horrible.
The NFC is one of usually in
This
my
is one of the
recent
worst
memory.
NFCs
The
I've ever
NFC,
seen.
the NFC is usually one of the toughest conference. I mean, the tougher conference. And this year is just completely flipped the switch, bro. This is an ass conference this year. It's really bad, bro.
I got a question to
I
ask
think
y'all.
it's, well, I think if it's basically because Tampa and Green Bay fell off.
Possibly.
So I mean, I think we can.
But they're coming back.
What's your
They're
question,
both
bro?
coming back.
No,
Rams
they're
also
coming
suck,
back.
too.
But, like,
Rams
Brady,
suck.
don't
The
ever
Rams
come out
suck.
Oh yeah, you're right.
By the
The Rams
way.
too. Oh wow,
Rams
he
are
got him
awful,
wide open too.
What's your
I've
question,
been
bro?
saying
Oh
this.
my
It's
God,
not a
I'm
1 week
glad.
thing.
All right, when are people gonna stop picking from the Belichick tree? When are
Thank
people
you,
gonna
bro.
stop
Facts.
picking
I just
from
said
the
this.
Thank
Facts.
you.
Belichick
Thank
tree?
you.
They never will.
It's
Yo,
They never learn.
Taylor Heineke.
No.
They never learn.
Like, Josh McDaniels got all that talent, and you can't do shit with him.
Oh my
Garbage.
God.
And it's like some of the
Garbage.
plays they call be so idiotic. It'd be like, this is some high school football shit you're calling. We can run this and stop that damn play.
Oh, Heineke.
No,
Hey,
it's a big blow.
There's one game. There's another game I do want to.
They might have been able to get away
There's
with
another
that.
game. Hold on, bro. Hold up, Cloudy. There's another game I want to get into and talk about, bro. The Green Bay Packers upset the Cowboys, man, and really might be
Was it
turning
really
things
upset,
around. We
though?
have to
The
see.
Cowboys cannot.
think
Yes,
it's
it was an
That was an
upset.
upset. That was
It
an
was an
upset.
upset.
Yeah.
The Packers were playing
That
Cowboys
came out of
should have won that game. They were the better team. They just didn't win. Simple.
They're always the better talented team. They never.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
No,
just
no, wait. There's
It's
a
an
more.
I'm saying
there's a
going
more
into that
important
game, they were the
narrative.
better
It
team.
was.
They were the better
There's a
team
lot
going
of
into the
games that
game.
Dallas goes into.
There's
that they're the better team, they just don't win
there's a
games.
more important narrative that needs to be
I
put.
think Green Bay was
Whatever the
double-digit
year is-
underdogs. I think that's how
No way you got
that
this
is
first
an
down.
upset.
No, wait. Can I say this? All I'm gonna say is this: no matter what the year is, Aaron Rodgers is gonna beat the shit out of the Cowboys
Yep.
every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Don't
That's what he
matter if it's
does.
2014. Don't matter if it's 2016. Don't matter if it's 2022. Aaron Rodgers is beating those sorry ass Cowboys,
Word.
Damn, that's
and
sad,
Dak
bro.
played terribly.
What y'all think about
It
the
just
PI?
upsets me seeing all these teams.
You said the Seahawks?
And we're just
No, the PI, the pass interference.
Oh, I said Seahawks. I was about to get into my bag.
Oh,
talking
Jalen
about
Hurts
the
game-winning drive right now.
You talking about the PI against Green Bay and Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think it is.
that was
I think
that
it
was
is.
that was
No,
blatant PI.
Yeah. I mean, literally blatant.
What about the Seahawks though?
What
Talking about
about
the Seahawks?
Are they in first place?
Because before the season, I came on here and I said the Seahawks were a sleeper team in the NFC, and everybody on this show was laughing at me because I said that. And look at them now, leading their division.
I don't know, but for how long? The 49ers coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, the
on their
49ers
ass.
coming around that ass.
They
The
got-
49ers,
Sadly,
the
Seahawks
49ers
better.
in their stride right now.
Wait. If the
If I had it,
49ers
I'm taking the Niners. I'm taking the Niners. Their defense is too serious.
I like Jimmy
Their
G.
defense.
I mean, I've always.
I like
Crazy.
Christian McCaffrey.
that too. Is
Yeah.
San Fran's on the
I feel
run.
like
and
everyone likes Christian McCaffrey.
I didn't
George Kittle's
realize.
playing like himself too. Debo
Yeah,
Samuel was playing like he usually does.
They just
I
had Jimmy G just had to get into his little rhythm that he gets into.
They got like five
until the
guys who
playoffs or
are
whatever.
yak monsters. It's crazy.
I still
Yeah, I
think
didn't
Jimmy-
realize. I didn't
Jimmy-
realize their record though. They're 5-4
They're 5
right
and
now.
4. Yeah.
But a lot of that was due to like they did have some injuries in that time frame, so I
Yep.
can understand that.
I
Nick
want to know
Bosa's
their,
back.
I want to
Also,
know their
people-
quarterback
pe-
situation next year. I want to
Well,
know.
they
what's
were.
gonna
They,
be.
It's Trey
listen,
Lance.
I mean, 5
It
and
should be
4
Trey
was-
Lance when he
Trey
gets back
Lance.
healthy. It should be Trey
I
Lance.
hope.
Jimmy G going back on the
They're not. They're not spending a top 5 pick just to not playing.
Yeah.
I think they missed on that pick. I don't think they missed.
How can you say that? He has like played 2 games.
If Jimmy G
it's
takes
just
him to
in
a,
the two
if Jimmy
games
G
he's
takes him
shown
to
me.
a,
That's
another
premature. That's way too premature.
Second round playoff run again. I don't know.
What if Jimmy G leads them to a Super Bowl?
I think
What if
it's
he
hard.
does?
If it's hard to, if it's hard. to tell
When this
Jimmy G
49er defense is healthy, they're the best in the league.
For sure.
Jimmy G has to play like Jimmy G, and they will make it far in the playoffs because the NFC is weak. I could easily see them making the Super Bowl
I can see them beating Minnesota.
because they might not even have to play the Eagles. So
If they can get a team like Minnesota, which is a pass heavy team, and like you can just run the ball, control clock, do all that fun stuff with like Deebo getting like.
Hurts, what are you doing, bro?
It's just. No, I can definitely see it happen.
Tom Brady 2-0 since being divorced, by the way.
Debo is my only issue with San Francisco.
What did Deebo do?
He can't catch
He
the
has a
ball.
hands issue.
He's dropping the ball.
What?
Ayuk also
issue
has a hand issue.
No, it's more so Debo than it is.
Well, I'm not
Ayuk.
saying it's not. I'm just saying Ayuk does too.
Listen,
The
I
good thing with
told
Debo is you can just have him
I told y'all last season about Debo Samuel. I wasn't that too convinced on him, son. If it seemed like he was getting force fed, he isn't
Drop
really a
rate coming
typical.
into the year, Dub was like over 13% coming
Yeah.
into the week.
But
He's still a top 10. He's still a top 10 receiver to me.
No,
I
I
don't
don't know if we
think
can
so.
do
Not
I
at
don't
all.
say that now.
I think he
I
is.
don't know if we
His
can.
impact is crazy. How is it
The
not?
impact.
The impact
Yes.
has actually regressed.
Yes.
Than what it was
Give me
last year.
non-receivers better. Give me non-receivers better than Debo Samuel.
Easy. You got JJ, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown. Still say DJ Moore. Mike
DJ
Evans,
Moore?
Keenan, fuck DJ Moore. The Keenan Allen.
No.
No,
He
you
hasn't
can't
been
put-
on the field.
Keenan hasn't
You
played.
can't put Keenan up there.
Okay, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 6
You,
or
but you said
7.
DJ Moore before DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that's crazy. He said DJ Moore for DeAndre
I'm just saying names. I'm just saying names, bro.
Are we talking about healthy?
Jamar
Yeah,
Chase.
that's what I'm going off of.
Are we talking
Jamar Chase.
like right now or like?
But you can't put Keenan Allen in your top 10 because he hasn't been
Oh my
playing.
God, Jesus! I'm just naming 10 guys better than Deebo. What the fuck are you want me to do? I'm
I don't
naming
think Keenan
names.
Allen was better
All I'm
last
doing is
year
naming
either.
names.
Keenan Allen wasn't better last year either.
All
It
right,
doesn't
listen.
even matter. It's still not
I'm
better.
gonna reset it.
Are y'all
I'ma reset
taking
it.
Jalen Waddle?
Hold on. Hold up, Nick.
Okay.
Let me reset it,
Debo.
please, because this shit is annoying. You got Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans. You got Jamar Chase. You got. Let me see this teams right here. So I got 7. Jamar Chase, AJ Brown for sure.
So 8.
That's 8 right there. I know there's more. There's a lot more names I would say, but you guys are gonna be mad at me.
Do you like Waddle?
CD Lamb. CD
Oh
Lamb.
no.
CD Lamb not better?
Debo.
Are y'all
I'll
serious?
take Debo. I'll take Debo.
Oh
I
my
take
God,
I mean,
bro.
I'll
think
give
you got-
him
you
Lamb
got-
myself
I
because
mean-
I wasn't going to give him Chase.
You wasn't gonna give me Chase better than
Wait,
Deebo?
you don't think Chase is better than Debo?
Chase and Debo, I'm looking at them the same right now. Chase is transitioning to drop issue, potentially being hand issue.
Hellfire, you're gonna get us canceled on TikTok. Come on.
Thank you.
Oh, it's already done. It's already done.
I think it's the same brackets players.
Jamar
so.
Chase and Debo Samuel
Jamar
are the
Chase.
same car.
Well,
I can't see it. I don't.
DK Metcalf?
No.
I think DK Metcalf is a better wide receiver than him.
No,
I
he's
like
not.
that. I actually like
I like
that.
DK Metcalf.
I don't even think
I
DK is better than Tyler Lockett, to be honest with you.
I could say DK or Tyler Lockett. I think they're both better than him.
I
think they're both better
not
than
think
him.
so. No, they're not.
I think they're both better than Deebo, bro. We
It's
talking
no
about being.
better than
This
Debo.
isn't a better football player. This is better
No,
wide
Oh
this is
receiver.
my god, why are you having that
We
caveat?
know
That's
that.
so annoying.
Dub, answer my question. Jalen Waddle or Debo?
Jalen Waddle.
I'm gonna go with Jalen Waddle as well. I'm not
Yep,
even
I
gonna
am
hold you.
too.
Terry
I
McLaurin
think
as
you could have
well.
just. I think you could have said Waddle instead of DK. I think you could have done your
What's
9.
wrong with DK Metcalf? DK Metcalf has been playing.
No. DK is a great player. We're not gonna sit. I have DK probably at like 11. It's just in comparison to AJ Brown. I think
No,
AJ
I'm
Brown.
comparing him to Deebo.
Not AJ Brown. Debo. My bad.
Oh.
I screwed up. No, but even then, it's still in comparison to Debo. Debo is one of the best after catch receivers in the league.
Top 3 at that.
Yeah, no, he's one of the. That's why he's so important for that offense.
Are you taking Amari Cooper?
Amari
No.
Cooper, I would take over Deebo.
No.
Oh my god! What the fuck
You know
is
what?
going
Disrespectful,
on?
man.
This is getting ridiculous.
Deebo's not a great
Cooper
Deebo's not a great route runner. He doesn't really have hands like that. He's mainly an athlete. That's who he is. That's what he makes his bread and butter on. He's an athlete.
But you have to include that if we're talking because like.
Don't you think DK Metcalf is an athlete?
I think
Well, then he has like technical skills as a receiver.
I think he's a better, but I think he's better at being a receiver than Debo Samuel. That's what I'm saying.
how much do you value that when we talk about Deebo? Because Deebo can just do so much. Where it's
if we're talking like a better player thing, we're talking about a better player. I'll say, okay, I'll be like, all right, Deebo and what he does on the field, I can see her and be like, yeah, Debo's a better player than DK. Being a wide receiver, I'm talking about wide receiver, bro.
I'm not adding that caveat. I'm not doing that.
You don't have to. You don't have
Because
to.
that's the same thing people do with these running quarterbacks. As a quarterback, this player's not better than this player. I'm not adding that caveat either.
Again,
it's what they do on the football field is why they're better than the other player. What Deebo does on the football field is better than DK Metcalf.
But a lot of the times,
what Deebo does on the football field doesn't cancel out the hands issue.
I would say.
So the way they use Deebo as somewhat of a gadget guy.
That's a scheme.
He does it as an elite level.
Yeah, no,
more better than anyone.
Again, if you're talking about just two guys who are like just after the catch, you're talking about. I think it goes Tyreek and then Deebo when it comes to
Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase number two.
Jamar Chase is up there, but Deebo is just
Tyreek, Jamar, and then Deebo.
Is the fact that he's so hard to tackle, and the fact that he's a huge guy. And
honestly,
when he gets the ball, it's so hard to tackle him. It's like he breaks.
Oh my God, are they serious?
AJ Brown's probably is up there too.
Oh my God.
AJ Brown too. AJ Brown's also in that conversation.
I'm not gonna hold. Hey Lucas.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey Lucas, but I mean,
what's up?
I'm looking at Deebo and even what he's been doing this year. He hasn't really been good.
My God,
Deebo hasn't been good this year.
He has not been good
as impactful. And when you're not as impactful, like I said, it's not enough to cancel it out. And I hate to say this to where it's mirroring my same comparison, but when Zach Taylor is not able to scheme coverages to counter the coverage, the counter what Chase is seeing, the issues with Chase's hands is not enough to counter the production. The production's not enough to counter the hands issues.
Let's not get into the Chase. Let's stay on Deebo. I don't want to get into the Chase thing, but for Deebo, I think Deebo, especially now that CMC is there, they can't even use him as a runner at which they used to do now. So now it's really, you got to be this wide receiver now, and I don't think that's his strong suit. I think his strong suit is, like y'all said, being a gadget guy, being versatile, doing multiple things, and teams not really being ready for what you're about to do. But now you're becoming more one-dimensional, mainly because CMC is there. Now your impact's not the same because of that.
That's what he wants to do. He don't want to be in the backfield.
Dub, I have a point, because you said that Tyreek Hill's impact was incredible. When we talk about Deebo and his ability to line up as a running back and his ability to line up at multiple positions and get the ball basically from anywhere in the field, does not also have a lot of impact compared to a guy like A.J. Brown, who's just a receiver?
I'm not going to hold you.
Tyreek Hill also does stuff like that. He's also kind of a gadget guy.
Commanders win.
But he's probably the best gadget guy ever.
I'm not going to lie. The way I look at Deebo, I think a lot of the reasonings on why he was doing all that was mainly because of necessity. It was more if they had no other choice. So there was like, we just have to scheme up these plays and work with what we have. It's not really the impact of Deebo. Is more of we have no other options and we just have to play like this because there's no other options to do.
But I can make the argument with another guy in LA, but we're not going to get that nasty, I guess.
Yeah, no, I disagree with that just because I think, the whole job of an offensive coordinator or a guy like Kyle Shanahan is to get the ball to the guys who can make plays. And when you have a guy like Deebo, fuck yeah, put him at running back. Fuck yeah, move him, have him play in the slot, have him play outside. Get him everywhere on the field so that he has the ability to just get the ball. And I think I'm not going to knock him for that because and it's not like they don't have options in San Francisco. Again, they just traded for Christian McCaffrey, but before that, they still had a bevy of running backs that they had in the run game that they trusted. They had again, they drafted Ayuk, and Ayuk is the first round pick. Mm-hmm. When you draft a guy in the first round, you expect that level of production. So they have options there, but they're also going to Deebo because they know that he is their best athlete, and he is the guy they want to give the ball. If you give a guy like Debo Samuel, give him open space, let him just have the ball in his hands. That's all that matters.
They didn't have a lot of options last year, mainly because their running back committee was just getting destroyed by injuries. So they had no choice but to have Debo Samuel play and fulfill that type of role. So that's why the passing game, George Kittle was hurt for a little bit. Then Brandon Ayuk started emerging. But the main impact that came from Debo Samuel was him and his running threat. And the only reason him and his running threat became a thing is because the running back committee got decimated. That was the only reason they was doing that. Now it's not decimated. Now he's not doing the same shit. Now he's not the wide receiver that everyone thinks he is because he's not that good of a wide receiver. And the running back threat that he poses is no longer there because they don't need to do that. And now we're seeing who he really is. And he wasn't that good of a wide. He's not that good of a wide receiver. Go ahead, Hellfire.
The person who said the Titans' offense is the worst, is that the one on the bottom right?
You're right.
There is one thing I want to counter to that I actually can say that I agree with you on this.
Facts.
My adjustment to that is that they need to limit Henry's carries.
For what?
If they're going to be run dominant, don't have it just be Derrick Henry when you have Malik Willis as the running thread that he is a quarterback, and when you have Dontrell Hilliard who is able to tote the load. That's my adjustment to that. If you want to use Willis in that form of a way to get him acclimated, like they were going to try to do with Trey Lance before Lance got hurt, that would just be my one way to help out with that.
I've said this before, but I think with Tennessee, their offense is so traditional that it becomes predictable. They run the ball with Henry. They run power. They run counter. And let's say this: the most offensive innovation that occurs in Tennessee was a QB read with Malik Willis against the Chiefs. That is their version of innovation in Tennessee. They need to be running.
How many times did they run the ball against the Chiefs? It was like some crazy number.
A shit ton, a lot. Because again,
like 40 or something.
8 times.
You have to get more creative. You have to get more creative in Tennessee. And I think when you have a guy like Malik Willis, you need to be running a similar offense to what they run in Baltimore.
Like they need to give him that kind of a package if they're not going to bench Tannehill for Willis. They need to give him the kind of a package. And yeah, Lucas and Dawson, you guys think that it's hate, but the thing that I've pushed for Henry since last year, before I was even on here, that curse of 370 has impacted him, and it's
has
not.
It?
Yeah, it has.
But look what he's doing right now, though.
By the way, the Washington football team won 32-21.
Dub, how you feeling? You asked us to ask you at the end of the game. How you feeling, Dub?
I don't want come on, bro. What are we doing?
You told us to ask you in the game.
Dub, this does fit a good narrative here. Taylor Heineke got the win. Taylor Heineke got the win.
Listen, I like Taylor Heineke. I don't think he's that bad.
Honest, when Wentz is healthy, he shouldn't have a job. It should go to Heineke.
Carson Wentz should be out of the NFL.
What are the chances of a Jets-Giants Super Bowl?
Very low.
Not happening.
Very low. Very low.
If that happens, they should move the game to MetLife.
Hey, fellas, man, we hit our time period for the show, bro. Definitely got to go, man. Do you guys have any last words before we head out?
Yes.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
The Giants are beating the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. All right, book it. Bet on it.
The Lions are going to upset the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving.
You're tripping. Oh God.
You've heard it here first.
What about you, Ace Boogie?
We are making the playoffs. Whether it's the 7th seed or the 6th seed, we're making the playoffs. So I'll leave it at that.
Hellfire?
Nothing outside of what I already touched base on before. I'm in the Discord if people want to ask me to advance further on a couple of things that I've mentioned tonight or anything else in general. I know we don't really have the time frame for me to go off into detail with my thing with Henry or my thing with Chase, but
we'll definitely get touched upon it. Don't worry about it. We'll make that segment.
Come to me.
I got you.
By the way, the Giants are one game out of the division right now.
Don't worry about that. What you guys, young blood, big time. What you guys got at the bottom?
Game.
Go
I
ahead.
think by the end of this year, we gonna have to start talking about Tua versus Herbert. Like for real. I think we have to
Wait,
start
say
talking
that
about
again?
Tua versus Herbert.
Why are you
after this
tickling
year.
Dawson right now, bro? What's wrong with you? Why are you tickling Dawson right now,
my
bro?
man is spitting
For
right
real,
now.
he is.
No offense,
Come on,
Dawson's
dog.
not the
He
only
is
one that he could be
playing-
tickling with that there,
Look.
Lucas.
When you get a coach that believes in you,
What you mean by that?
you get that weapon, you are playing totally different. We have to look at Tua versus Herbert and be like, well, damn,
It
the
could
Dolphins
actually,
did. Maybe they did make the
I've
right
mentioned this
decision
to
getting
Dawson
No.
before. I have things
You
that
have to.
I have
No.
things that go.
You think
both
Yeah.
Tua
ways.
looks good?
Oh, we can't
Still.
get into this debate right now, fellas.
Nah,
Big time. What you got?
Tua is not close
I
to
did-
Herbert.
I didn't say too much
not.
during this because I ain't come ready, but Deshaun Watson coming back soon, baby.
Oh, the Browns are still screwed though.
Hey,
Browns are
hey.
cooked. Browns are cooked.
The
2023
horn ball. The horn ball is back. Y'all be easy, bro. Be
Yep.
safe, man. Have a good one.
The horn ball. All right, guys.